Hi everyone, welcome to Sunny Day Stamping. I'm Julie Baca. Today I've got some tips that I hope will be helpful for you in organizing your dies and just taking care of them, making sure you have all of them. I'm also going to show you one way to store them is on magnetic sheets, and I'm going to show you how to cut these the most efficiently to fit in here. I've got all the measurements for this over on my website, sunnydaystamping.com, so you can watch the video and then you can head over to the blog post to get all the nitty-gritty when you're cutting them for yourself. The link will be in the description of this video. All right, let's get started. So the very first thing I do when I get a pack of dies is I open it up and I count how many are in there, and I make myself a label that has the name of the die set, because honestly this is really small on here and it's just harder for me to see. So I like to make a label and I count how many there are, and I put that number on my label and print it out and put it right on. I like to put it underneath the flap so that it doesn't like get worn out or peel, but you could definitely put it anywhere you want to. So now that I have this nice and big with the number, oh, you can't see that because my light's reflecting. That way, when I go to put my dies back, I can count them and make sure they add up to this, because I've lost dies before. Now, another tip that you can do is before you take any of these off, go ahead and trace around them, and that way you know where that die goes. So when you go and you use this cute little bow that is very easily lost because it's so small, it's very obvious where that one goes, and you can put it right back, because after you've taken all these off, it is kind of hard to figure out where they go back. So you can just trace everything just to make it easy to find where they go. Now, honestly, one thing that makes me very frustrated when I'm working with my dies is if it's something that I love, this little piece of sticky tape that comes with the die no longer is sticky, and so they are all over the place. And so I've seen other demonstrators have these magnetic sheets that they put their dies on, and that is what I'm going to show you the most efficient way to cut those magnetic sheets. Because instead of looking like this, they'll look like this, which is so nice and organized, and they're gonna stay that way, and you can just pop off which one you want. Now, I ordered these magnetic sheets off of Amazon. These are the Marietta Magnetics, and they were $25, and I'll put the link in the description if you want to order these same kind. But you want to get some that are thick. These are 30 millimeters thick, and so they're sturdy enough to hold all these dies. One side is a little shinier and one is dull. You want to put your dies on the shiny side. Now, you can order these at just 5x7, and that's going to fit these small die sets. But I've got a couple of sets that are these larger ones that are square. So that's why I ordered the 8.5 by 11 inch, and I knew I could just cut them down. So you're going to grab your paper trimmer. You do not want to use your really nice blade that you use for cutting paper. Go ahead and take that out. And your extra, when I bought my paper trimmer, I bought extra blades, and I keep the old ones for this purpose. So this one is marked on here that this can be used for, harder things than paper. And I just slide that in, because if this blade gets really dull, I'm just going to throw it out, but it's definitely too dull for doing paper. So all of the measurements for how to cut these magnetic sheets are going to be over on my website. But if you like my print and make project sheets where you can have it printed out right by where you are working, you can sign up. These are for my email subscribers. So you can sign up for my email and I will email that to you. Okay, so you're going to extend the arm of your paper trimmer. And the first one we're going to do is we're going to cut two 5x7 pieces, two small ones. And what you want to do is in the portrait orientation, we're going to go ahead and cut this down to 7 inches. And you got to kind of go over it a couple of times before that is free. And you don't remove this hand until you know that this is definitely cut. Now we're going to rotate this and cut it at 5, and then cut it at 5 again. So there, now I've got 2 pieces, and so I can use 2 these will fit in 2 different die sets, or like this one that I showed at the beginning, it has 2 different ones. I would cut 2 pieces because the dull side of this is not as sticky, I guess. So that's the most efficient way to cut 2 5x7. You're going to have 2 sheets, 2 of this left over for scrap. You could, I don't know, glue some designer series paper on there and make a magnet for your fridge if you want, or you can just throw it out. But now I want to show you how to most efficiently cut this, because this is going to be, you can get 1 large one out of here, but I didn't want to waste the whole rest of this. So I figured out that you can cut 1 large and 1 small from one of these pieces of magnetic sheets. So what you're going to do is, in the landscape orientation, we're going to cut this down to 6 inches. And I'm actually going to do just a smidge more than 6 inches, because that is going to be the width this way of this this folder. And this actually ends up being just the smidgest bit smaller, but because we need this to be 5 inches for our small die set, and this is only 11 inches, I need to cut this at 6 and this at 5. And so, but I can smidge it just a little bit to make it just a little more than 6, or you can cut it right at 6. So this one is going to be our 5x7 sheet. We'll cut that down in a minute, but this one we're going to rotate and cut at 6.5. Whoops, see, it wasn't completely cut. There. And now this is going to fit perfectly in that sleeve, and all those dies are going to fit on top of it. Now we're going to take this other one, we'll cut this down to 7, and this is our only piece of scrap for this cut. Oh, my blade is getting dull. I've cut like 15 of these, so now it's given out on me. So now you've got 2 little pieces of scrap. This is the most efficient way to cut these magnetic sheets for your die sets. So now is the really fun part, where you get to take this jumbled mess and make it look awesome on your magnetic sheets here. Now this piece you can throw away, or you can stick it to the back of your sheet here. Now if your tape has really lost its stickiness like this, you can use some tear and tape or some Stampin' Seal Plus or something, and just add a little more adhesive so that it'll stick. And this really is unnecessary. It's just if you want to add just a little more stability to the back of that. I just also kind of liked the feel of having paper on the back. So let me show you, when you slide this in, if you slide it in the front where you normally would, this little lip on here is going to catch on the dies underneath. So you want to actually slide them in kind of what I would think would be backwards, like this. But what's really nice is then you can really see them so clearly. I hope these tips are helpful for you. If you have any questions, leave me a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell so you get notified every time one of my new videos comes out. Thank you so much for watching. Have a sunny day.